Who was Toyotomi Hideyoshi? This man's life was nothing short of a miracle. Toyotomi Hideyoshi was born into a poor farming family. In his time, farmers had no chance of becoming samurai, let alone rulers. But Hideyoshi never gave up. He was clever, quick, and knew how to win people's trust. Most of all, he took action faster than anyone. By serving Oda Nobunaga, he found his chance and made the most of it. After Nobunaga's death, Hideyoshi moved quickly and aimed for the top. From a peasant to the ruler of Japan. This isn't just a story of success. It's the story of a man who changed history by his own hands. That man was Toyotomi Hideyoshi. From servant to samurai, gaining Nobunaga's trust. In his early years, Toyotomi Hideyoshi served a great warlord, Oda Nobunaga. But his job was very simple. He carried sandals, nothing more. Still, Hideyoshi gave his best effort. Even in this small task. One cold winter day, Nobunaga came back from outside. He reached for his sandals. And they were warm. Hideyoshi had kept them close to his chest, warming them with his own body. That small act, that kindness, left a deep impression. Nobunaga thought, this man is different. From that moment on, Hideyoshi handled every duty, with care, creativity, and loyalty. And step by step, he earned trust, not just from Nobunaga, but from everyone around him. The man who once carried sandals, would one day lead armies. His story teaches us this. It's not the job that matters. It's the spirit you bring to it. Even the smallest task can open the way to greatness. The castle that appeared overnight. Toyotomi Hideyoshi was known for bold ideas. One of his most famous? The castle that appeared overnight. The place was Tsunemata, near enemy territory. Hideyoshi needed to build a base fast. But a normal castle would take weeks. Too slow, too risky. So, he tried something bold. He pre-built the parts in secret. Then assembled the castle almost overnight. Some say it actually took a few days. But the legend was born. Hideyoshi built a castle in one night. The story spread fast, and it shocked the enemy. Even his allies were amazed. It wasn't just the speed. It was the drama, the message. Hideyoshi understood this. Winning battles is not enough. You must win hearts, too. That castle was more than wood and stone. It was a symbol of smart strategy, and the power of imagination. After Nobunaga, the race to power. The year was 1582. A shocking event changed everything. Oda Nobunaga was betrayed by his own general, Akechi Mitsuhide, and died in a surprise attack at Honnoji Temple. This was the incident at Honnoji. When Toyotomi Hideyoshi heard the news, he was far away, fighting in western Japan. Most people would panic, freeze, but not Hideyoshi. He quickly made peace with the enemy he was fighting, and then did the impossible. He marched his army back to Kyoto. In just 10 days, this was called the Great Return from the West. Without resting, he fought Mitsuhide at the Battle of Yamazaki and won. This moment showed everything: his speed, his boldness, and his ambition. Even with Nobunaga gone, Hideyoshi didn't stop. In fact, this was the start of his rise to power. He saw opportunity in chaos, and became the man who would change history. The Battle of Yamazaki, revenge and power. After Oda Nobunaga was killed, Toyotomi Hideyoshi wasted no time. He prepared for a critical battle. The Battle of Yamazaki. His enemy? Akechi Mitsuhide, the man who betrayed Nobunaga. Hideyoshi returned from the west in just 10 days, and quickly moved to strike. He was a master of choosing the battlefield. He picked Yamazaki, a narrow area with rivers and hills, hard for large armies to move freely. He even secured Mount Tenno, giving his troops a powerful high ground advantage. The battle began. Hideyoshi's troops outnumbered the enemy, and their morale was strong. Mitsuhide's forces broke and scattered. Mitsuhide himself was killed while trying to escape. In just 13 days after Nobunaga's death, Hideyoshi had taken revenge, and stepped into the spotlight as the next great leader. This was the moment Toyotomi Hideyoshi's name truly began to rise. The path to unification, diplomacy and strength. After his victory at Yamazaki, Toyotomi Hideyoshi set his next goal: to unify all of Japan. But Japan was still divided. With many powerful warlords, they wouldn't surrender so easily. So Hideyoshi realized, war alone is not enough. He needed to win their hearts, too. He used gifts, marriages between families, and clever negotiations. Sometimes, he showed kindness. Other times, pressure. He was a master of balance, knowing when to fight, and when to talk. With stronger enemies, he would sometimes act humble, waiting for the perfect moment. Thanks to this smart approach, many rivals became allies, without a single battle. By using force and diplomacy, speed and patience, Hideyoshi rose as the man who could finally end the age of war. His path to unification was built not just on the sword, but on words and wisdom. The rules of peace controlling the people. Toyotomi Hideyoshi, the man who ended the age of war. But keeping peace was even harder than winning battles. So he made a bold move. It was called the sword hunt. He collected weapons from farmers and townspeople to stop any chance of rebellion or war. The message was clear: there is no more war. Now, live in peace. But that wasn't all. Hideyoshi also created a class system. People had fixed roles. Farmers grew food, warriors fought, and craftsmen made goods. Some say it limited freedom, but Hideyoshi believed it would prevent chaos from returning. By removing weapons and assigning roles, he created rules for a peaceful society. These were not just laws. They were steps toward a Japan without endless war, becoming the ruler unifying Japan to unite the entire country. This was the dream of Oda Nobunaga, and the one who finally made it real was Toyotomi Hideyoshi. He used strength, strategy, marriages, and diplomacy to win over his rivals, step by step. But some powerful warlords remained, especially in Kyushu in the north. His greatest challenge? Tokugawa Ieyasu. Ieyasu was strong and clever, but instead of fighting, Hideyoshi chose negotiation, and in the end, Ieyasu accepted Hideyoshi's rule. At last, all of Japan was united. Hideyoshi became the ruler of the land. The Tenkabito, the one who ruled the whole nation. From a farmer's son, to the leader of an entire country. His journey was truly incredible. By ending the chaos of war, and laying the foundation for peace, Hideyoshi achieved his greatest success. Ambition beyond Japan. The Korean campaign. After uniting Japan, Toyotomi Hideyoshi became the most powerful man in the country. But his ambition didn't stop there. He said, "Next, I will cross the sea." Hideyoshi planned to invade China, starting with Korea. Why would he do this? One reason was to show his power to the world. Another was to prove that he was not just a leader of Japan, but someone worthy of global recognition. In 1592, the Korean campaign began. Japanese troops landed in Korea, and fierce battles followed. But things did not go as planned. The war dragged on, and China's Ming army joined the fight. The conflict became bigger and harder to control. Back in Japan, people grew frustrated, and Hideyoshi's health began to decline. This became his final major decision. And sadly, the long and costly war would later bring trouble to the Toyotomi family. The fall of a legacy. Hideyoshi's final days. He was born a farmer's son, and united all of Japan. Toyotomi Hideyoshi. But near the end of his life, he faced a big question. Who will rule after me? He had a son, named Hideyori, but the boy was still too young to lead a nation. So Hideyoshi created a system where 5 powerful lords would govern together. Among them was Tokugawa Ieyasu. In 1598, Hideyoshi fell ill and died. His death sent shockwaves through all of Japan. And soon after, Ieyasu made his move, the Battle of Sekigahara, a moment when Hideyoshi's system collapsed. The Toyotomi clan was eventually destroyed, and the Tokugawa era began. But even so, Hideyoshi's legacy lives on. He ended an age of chaos, and helped build the foundation for lasting peace in Japan.